Let's keep the conversation going with our first guest for the hour. We've got Jeffrey Sonnenfeld. He is Senior Associate Dean for Leadership Studies at the Yale School of Management. Jeffrey, it seems perfect that we've got somebody who's focused on leadership studies to be talking about where Elon Musk has taken this company. I mean, your reaction here to what is essentially crowdsourcing the future of the company.
Thanks, Kira. I appreciate you laughing at the surprising relevance of my title for this topic. You're right, is in studying leadership, this is a guy who's stretched beyond the pale. I mean, it is without doubt, this has been an extraordinarily successful person. And the United States, the global economy was up till now better off with him on the planet than not so. We all have to admit that. And of course, he has succeeded by defying the cynics. But now, every now and then somebody grows beyond their capacity. That survey that you just showed of his Twitter poll is actually favorable compared to what we just did 3 days ago at our last CEO summit. Is we had 200 CEOs where 79% of them believe that he's actually become a detriment to the value of his brands. 69% say the best days of Twitter are behind it. Only 25% think that Twitter would be more valuable in 5 years, and that 98%, of course, feel that Musk has overpaid for Twitter, and 56% of them think advertisers should stop advertising there.
Now, it doesn't seem to be affecting his credibility when it comes to Tesla. That seemed to have already been established. But is there any kind of spillover given sort of the behavior that we've seen during his tenure at Twitter?
Well, Rochelle, I think you're right. He has been brilliant. His technology is, of course, not cutting edge, but it has been executed much better than the cynics thought in terms of EV. Now, his sensors for autonomous driving are where he is, again, not at the frontier. He is the next best technology but where is that fleet of a million autonomous taxis that were promised to be delivered 3 years ago? Not they were announced 3 years, they were announced 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. They're supposed to be delivered 3 years ago. The world's largest automotive insurance company never happened. Many of these promises from his strange diversions into leaf blowers and flamethrowers seem to be weird diversions, but Twitter is a major diversion. Being a CEO or in a senior role at 6 different companies is really hard to do. If he works the 12-hour day, which he claims he does, which we know he doesn't, or an 80-hour week with all of his clowning around, we know is not possible, but just giving him the benefit of the doubt, that's less than an hour and a half per company, 80 minutes per company. That's not reasonable oversight. So obviously he's stretched beyond his capacity. When has the Boring Company done except live up to its name? Where are those tunnels that are supposed to take us through all these different cities? So the fact that, as you guys pointed out, that his stock is down 60% in Tesla since he bought Twitter just shows some of the cost of his distraction in addition to his mercurial style.
Yeah, and Jeffrey, you could argue that he's kind of hinted at this himself in one of his many, many tweets where he said that, he doesn't plan to sort of stay on as CEO for Twitter. But I wonder if you think that this is, what kind of hit you think the Musk brand has taken as a result of his actions, his words, his tweets on Twitter. I mean, yes, Tesla, he built his credibility there, but you could argue there's some buyers out there who are saying, I don't know if I want this car now, given what we have heard from him on Twitter. I mean, are we making too much of that, or has that Musk brand taken a hit already?
Governing genius is always a challenge. We knew that Steve Jobs had his mercurial moments. There's nothing like this. When I would come on and we all of us would have this conversation, somebody like Larry Ellison, the great genius behind Oracle and friend of Elon Musk, would say, when's the last time you've taken a space capsule from 50,000 miles into the sky and landed into a 1 mile square area in the ocean? No, it's hard to do. And the SpaceX success and many of these things have been exceptional. But as we're looking at Tesla, we're seeing soaring complaints and consumer reports and into the government agencies about servicing issues and about quality issues with Tesla. We're obviously seeing there are sales issues, a lot of it having to do with his what he banked on was going to happen out of Shanghai, which of course with the lockdowns in China and production issues, we're not hitting expectations. But these were big bets that he met, and yes, the tolerance for hate speech has had a huge impact on his brand. And so it is no longer as glistening. As much as we would have celebrated his genius, we don't celebrate the rest. And certainly a lot of my students look with askance about jobs at Tesla and buying Teslas. And I think that in terms of reaching we're looking at this skeptical generation rising right now that was once his big fan. I think that's a set of fans. You're right. That's a big cost to the brand, and I think that's become problematic. It's become detrimental.
Well, as Musk tweeted, "Be careful what you wished for." Certainly a predicament he maybe didn't expect after that one
Rochelle,
tweet.
there are some things that these Twitter polls are fake, that he has, I mean, they're pre-designed. He already has made a decision. He's trying to make it look like he's being responsive when his board has forced him out. Some tech titans tell me he wants to use the PayPal engine that he still owns to try to create an e-commerce site out of this. But if he's destroyed trust, he's destroying that possibility too.
Oh, to be inside the mind of Elon Musk. Well, we do thank you for breaking all of that down with us. Jeffrey Sonnenfeld, Senior Associate Dean for Leadership Studies at the Yale School of Management. And of course, we'll continue the conversation later this hour with Tesla investor Ross Gerber. You won't want to miss it.